Hi, this is Neil-Asher from the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs, where we help Australians just like you start their own profitable businesses on Amazon right here in Australia. We've helped over 2,000 folks around Australia get their businesses up and running, and we're the fastest growing community of e-commerce entrepreneurs anywhere in Australia, with sales of over $50 million. If you want to find out more, go to www.aussieonlineentrepreneurs.com.au. Did you ever wonder how much money your Amazon products should be making and how quickly you can turn over that money so you can get your money back real fast? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how. All right, so last question. And it's an interesting one. So question for you, okay? Question for you. Here's the question. It's from Suk. Hey Neil, what should be the average sale per day or minimum profit gained to continue selling a product? Say it again. What should be the average sale per day or minimum profit gained to continue selling a product? What do you reckon? What do you reckon? So while you type in your answers, let us put some stuff in here for you. I'm just going to swap this around. Titled number 6. There you go. So let's start with a few assumptions while you're coming up with your ideas. RRP equals 40. Bigify. All right, so RRP equals 40. And what else are we going to say? Unit costs. Oops. I've got a new keyboard and I freaking hate it. It's so crap. I can't wait to get my other one back. Unit cost plus 8, so that's 10. Alright. So it depends. 30%, says Davo. Anything above your cost, 30%. Depends, 10%. Nisha in Australia, 5 units per day, minimum of 30% profit. Anything making a net profit greater than your hourly rate of pay. Depends what your goal is, as long as you're happy. Above break even, depends on the markup, says Scotty. All right, some good answers. So let me give you an interesting way of thinking about this. Let's see if I can kind of give you some advanced shit to think about. And then let's say, just for ease of doing some maths, that'll do. All right, so here's our assumptions. And here's how I think about all of this, okay? And a great book to read that will really help your thinking with this is The Intelligent Investor by Ben Graham. Okay, it's a pretty old book. I think it's like from the 1940s, 1950s, but it's a book all about security analysis. It's a really great book for Amazon entrepreneurs, I reckon anyway. So The Intelligent Investor, Ben Graham, great book. So here's how I think about this. Product cost, RRP of the product selling on Amazon is $40, okay? After that, we've got the unit cost, which is the cost of the product itself from China, plus the freight cost to get it into Australia of $10, all right, give or take. And then we've got FBA fees, and because we're going to sell FBA, and then the commissions we pay to Amazon, that's approximately $10. And then we've got another $10, which is our ongoing marketing costs of the product, Amazon PPC, giveaways, discounts, Google AdWords, blah, 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 okay? So what is our current gross profit for this particular product selling on Amazon? What's our current gross profit for this particular product selling on Amazon? What is it? In dollars. What's our current dollar amount of gross profit? We're going to start with easy math. So 25% or $10. Thank you so much. All right, that's pretty easy maths, okay? So that's our current place we're going to start with, all right? Which, as somebody has very, very wisely said, that is 25% margin, all right? So depending on how you want to think about it, and I'm going to suggest to you that you spend more time thinking about things in dollars rather than in percentages, because, you know, if this was all altered and we simply got rid of the zero and it was $4, well, now you're making $1 in profit, and that's a much different kettle of fish, all right? Anyway, so that's our first set of assumptions. Now let's move us over here so I can kind of bring this in. Next set of assumptions, got to look at the product cycle itself, okay? So let's look at that. So from when you order the product, let's say you've got $5,000 to invest, and this is how I approach all of my product ideas, all right? Whether that's a new product or if I'm looking at the product saying, should I continue to sell it? $5,000 invested, and now let's take it through a normal cycle of a product life span for the first 3 or 4 months. So you've got 30% down. What's 30% of 5,000? 30% of 5,000. What is that? How's your maths? 1,500. Thank you so much. Simple way to work out 30% of 5,000 is to say, well, 30% of 10,000 is 3,000. Therefore, half of that would be 1,500, all right? Shit like that. Little mental math models really, really help you. All right, so 30%, $1,500. That's 30%, $1,500 invested into the business, okay? That's your initial investment. Now, how long... Let me not ask you that. 30 days of production cycle. So when you order your product from China, they don't just send it out to you immediately. You've got to get that product made. Typically that takes approximately 30 days, give or take, okay? Give or take. Then it's made, so you pay the other 70%. Great. And then they will then ship it over to you. And that shipping takes on average 35 days. That's how long on average it takes to get your product shipped from, say, China into Australia. Sea freight, including all the customs clearance and that, can take more, but 35 days is a very, very good average for you, okay? And then you want to have typically around about 60 days worth of stock. So that you're not just ordering and ordering all the time. And that gives us 4 months rolling. Okay, oops. See what I mean about my keyboard? It's just horrendous. 4 months rolling. Meaning, you want to look to turn over your stock every 4 months, okay? Every 4 months. Now, so with that little preamble being said, let's see if we can kind of go a little bit deeper. And I'm going to come back in a very, very oblique way to answer this question, but I kind of want to show you the backstory before I give you the very, very simple answer. So that's what we've got. $5,000 invested for 4 months rolling stock. Okay, so that's where we're going with that. All right. If I invested $5,000 based on this little figures here, in 4 months' time, how much money would I get back? In 4 months' time, how much money would I get back? Based on this here. So I put in $5,000. In 4 months' time, based on all this, when I've sold all my stock, how much money would I get back? money that I can spend, okay? How much do I get back? 6,250. Well, I've given you all the margins here, look. I've given you the margins here. So here's all your margins. So I put in 5,000. I've got $5,000 to invest. Unit cost and commissions. All that comes out of it. My marketing comes out of it. $1,250 profit. So I get back my $5,000 plus I'd get back $1,250, yeah? So that's how you work that out. So in total, I'd get back $6,250, yes? So that would be what I get back. $6,250, okay? In 4 months' time, okay? So, which gives us that 25% ROI. Sorry, that's not quite right, is it? So 25% margin. Okay, so that's a very, very simple breakdown of how these businesses works. And so what you can then look at over the course of a year, given now I've got $6,250 after selling all my stock and making some money. If I put that in at the top here, 4 months later, I'd end up with a sum here. And then if I carried on doing that, I can carry on making my money grow. All right. And that's what ROI is. It's your ability to make your money grow. That's what all of that is. So let's come back to the question now. So Suk's question, what should be the average sale per day? And what should be the minimum profit gain to continue selling a product? So now you're thinking about numbers. And so the question becomes this, and you ask yourself a different kind of question, and I think it's a better question. Given I have got $5,000, or in this case, $6,250, is it better for me to reinvest into that product and make my money again, so make my money back again, or is there a different opportunity out there, a different product that I can sell that will make me more money? Okay, and it really just comes down to that. And I think of my products that I sell individually as shares, and each share in a company that I'm got, that makes me a different ROI. And so I'm looking at what is the ROI for that individual product, given the limited resources I have, because I ain't Jeff Bezos, given the limited resources I've got, and $6,250, should I reinvest it into that product, or is there a better product that will make me more money? And really, it just comes down to that. It just comes down to that. You've got to look at the numbers and take them into consideration, because at the end of the day, that's what matters for your business. How much money, how much ROI is that particular product making you? How quickly does it make it for you? Which again comes down to a year-on-year ROI. And can you get a better ROI in a different product? That's what it comes down to. Let's have a look what you got to say about that. Mary, but you would need to order 2 months in so you don't run out of stock. That's what I just said here, look. 60 days of stock. Doink. There. That's what I said there. 1 year. Perfect. Thank you for that, Dave. So over the course of a year, you would turn that $5,000 into $11,718, for instance, in profit, compounding, of course, as well. I look at the stock market all the time, for instance, and look at the rate of return in stock markets, and people get so amped up and excited about making 10% a year return on their money. Man, oh man, businesses can make you a huge amount more than that, like crazy amounts more than that, like 300% return on your money year on year. And unlike a stock market, or unlike a lot of speculative investments out there, a business, once you know that if you put in X amount of money and do these particular things, then the business will spit out that amount of money back to you. It's a different investing game. You can make much, much more money with a business than any other thing. Still very new. Well, that's okay, Mary. That's exactly how you learn. Listen, we all start somewhere. I failed maths at school. I failed maths at school. In fact, I got one course at school class that I passed, and that was cooking, because I had a crush on my teacher, Mrs. Hepworth. In my last year at school, which was year 10, I made 35 days, and every one of those days was to go to her cooking class because I had a massive crush on her. I thought she was awesome. And so I failed everything else. Every other subject I failed. I passed cooking. The teachers popped champagne when I left. Complete tearaway. It doesn't matter, we all learn, we all start somewhere, we all start from the very beginning. That's why learning is so much fun. You shouldn't let that sort of stuff worry about you. Hence your first job. Exactly. Gigolo for a teacher. Thanks for watching this video. That was a video of a Monday night Q&A session I do every single week with the members of the Aussie online entrepreneurs. We are the fastest growing community of e-commerce entrepreneurs right here in Australia. Our members have got sales of over $50 million and growing, and there's over 2,000 larrikins and layabouts from right across Australia in our community. You can find out more about what we do by clicking on the link below or going to www.aussieonlineentrepreneurs.com.au. See you then. Bye.